Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Asad and welcome back to this series of Python for everyone. I'm really excited because we have covered quite a lot. We have covered from the very basic of data types all the way to complications of loops. In the last video we talked about what loop really were, and we said we normally use it everyday life as well. For example, for every single number in this large variable semicolon, I want to print that number. As simple as that, right? That's the best part about Python. You can simply talk to it because this is how would I normally say in normal day life as well. For each number in that large list, can you print that number? All you have to worry about is this semicolon and four spaces before that. So if I run this one, you would notice that it printed 1 to -1, -4, 5, and 100, which are all the numbers in there. Now let's study something called continue break, and in the other videos we'll talk about these. Now, if you notice, I got positive and negative numbers in there. What if I don't just wanted to print every number, but I just wanted to print maybe positive? So what to do then? This is again what we'll be speaking in normal day life. I'll say for every number in this large list, if that number is greater than 0, now what would that mean? It would just say for each number in that big list, if that number is greater than 0, which means it should be positive, then just simply continue, right? Now what does this continue means? It simply means that if it is positive, ignore it. Don't do anything at all. Just go to the next number. So if it is a positive, it will ignore it. If it is not, I have to give another condition, which is just print that number. So let's revise that again. For number in this large variable, which is this big list. So first thing it will do is it will go every single number in that list. The second line, when Python reads it, it will say if that number is greater than 0. So it will check the first one. It is greater than 0. Yes, it is. So it will read the next line, which is continue. So it just means don't do anything, just move along, right? So what it will do, this is positive. So it will go to the next number, 2. Now 2 is positive as well. So it will read this statement, if n is greater than 0. Yes, it is greater than 0. Again, it will continue it. However, for the third element, now this condition is not met, right? So Python will ignore everything that comes in this if statement. If you're unsure about if statement, please refer back to the last video we did for if and else statement in detail. It will ignore everything in this particular syntax, right? Then it will go for the next thing, which is just print that number itself. So let's just see how this works. As suspected, it went positive, positive, ignoring it, and then negative, -4, and then there you go. It printed those two, right? Similarly, if I wanted to print the positive, I'll simply say for every number less than 0, right? Continue, and any number greater than 0, just print that number. Do you see there? Right? Now, you might be wondering why I don't have other, if I have if statement, why not else? You could simply do else as well, but it's just writing your statement even more bigger where you don't need it. So let's say if I do number and run this, it will do exactly the same thing, but you're realizing this once you go further down into your experience, you don't want to waste a lot of lines on code that are not necessary. So you could simply ignore that last if else and print like this. It will do exactly the same thing, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the next one, which is break. But before that, pause the video and try yourself with the list positive and negative numbers and see if you manage to do that. Well done to those who managed to do it. For those who couldn't, please place the comment below and then we can discuss this and debug the code together. So how to use the break one. Now, break one is even more simpler because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say if number is less than 0, rather than ignoring it, break my whole function, right? What it means is it will just simply stop running the code. And if your number is still not less than 0, keep printing the number. So let me print it out and then we'll discuss what it is. So it printed only 1 and 2. Let's just understand why. So this line of code for number in large variable, it will simply check every number in my list, right? So let's just go step by step. For number in large number, the first number is 1. If number is less than 0, it is not. It is a positive number, it is greater than 0. So it will ignore everything in this part of the if statement and go here, which is print. So it printed 1. It will move to the next number, which is 2. Is 2 less than 0? No. So it will again ignore all of this and print the number here. But for the third one, it is less than 0. So it won't ignore this. It would rather break the whole circle, right? And breaking the whole cycle means it won't do anything else after that. It will finish running the code itself. So this is how you could see, let's say if you have certain element in a list and you want to break at that point, you can easily do that. So this is how we do continue and break. Go on, pause the video and try the break one now using the same conditions. Well done to those who managed to do it. Those who couldn't, please place a comment below so we can discuss it and debug the code together. Till then, take care, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video.